One thing that I do in this whole area like this, I will ask the person, what has been your spiritual journey? People love to talk
Mm.
and tell you about their spirit. So I'll say, what is your spiritual journey? And I don't interrupt them
Uh-huh.
unless it's to ask an informative question. When did that happen? How old were you? Who
Mm.
was the person? Listen to them.
Mm.
And I'm amazed. They'll bring in how they felt this and everything else. And almost always, not always, maybe 60% of the time, people say, well, Josh, what has been your spiritual journey?
Mm.
And if they don't say that, I'll say, Jack, Bob, could I share my spiritual journey? No
Mm.
one has ever said no.
Uh-huh.
And then I start out with my journey. And I bring in my feelings, my emotions, how I tried to wanted to kill
Mhm.
my dad because he wasn't
Mm.
trying to kill my mother. I was trying to kill him. How
Mm.
much I hated him and everything.
Mm.
And then how I was introduced to Jesus Christ, how I intellectually, everything I could intellectually,
Mm.
I tried to refute it.
Mm.
And I couldn't.
Mm.
And that December 19th, 8:30 at night, towards the end of my second year in university, I became a Christian.
Mm.
I placed my faith in Jesus Christ as Savior and Lord.
Mm.
And then I share, nothing happened. No
Mm.
feeling, no emotion, nothing.
Mhm.
In about to a year, year and a half,
Mm.
almost my entire life was changed.
Mm.
And I'll bring in two or three areas, specific areas where it changed, where it involved my emotions and involved my mind.
Mm.
Coming to Christ is mentally
Yes.
and emotionally.
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing, for emotional, to get to a person's mind, is to live the type of life
Mm.
that the person desires to have what you have.
Mm.
If they don't really desire to have what you have, why should they listen to you? How you
Mm.
got what you have? I don't like what you have and I don't want
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
And so that's how I deal with the emotional issue.
Mm. Oh, that's great. Well, you mentioned, I think, along those lines that the idea that today truth is only valid if it works, for you or works for people, and that when, unfortunately, when people see hypocrisy in leaders or in the church, then they say, "Oh, it didn't work for. Obviously, it's not working." But I think that does bring to question. I think something you mentioned is the importance of living out genuine, authentic faith. I think you also mentioned something like 80 some percent of people don't know how to integrate their faith in their profession. Can you maybe
84%.